Hello again, Joe DeSanto here. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to speak a little bit about beneficiaries on accounts and why it's important to update your beneficiary. Well, the reason I feel is somewhat obvious in that you want to make sure if you die, the person you want to get your money gets it. If you don't have a beneficiary on an account, your money essentially will get stuck in what's called probate, which is a system that is state-based, where your estate goes into probate and it gets reviewed by a judge, and whatever you have will get distributed to the most appropriate beneficiary that exists, which either would be at the time a spouse, a child, if none of those exist, maybe a parent. But there can be people that come around and try to essentially make a claim, any money you have, and then the judge in probate will handle it appropriately as they see fit. This process takes a really long time, 1 to 2 years, perhaps. You often have to have your estate spend money on outside third-party services for like accounting and bookkeeping and things like that to help the probate process. The probate process comes with a fee as well. So if you have a beneficiary in all your accounts, it's very clear where that money goes, and the institution that holds the account can transfer that money directly, and you avoid the probate problem. So retirement accounts, you can put a beneficiary on. It's not as easy as you would think to put a beneficiary on a bank account. So you can run into some problems there. If you have a will and a trust, though, you can have your bank account be owned by your trust so that it effectively has a beneficiary on it. But the other thing is you want to update accounts if you previously put a beneficiary. Like say you were married, you put your spouse, then you got a divorce and you forgot to go change the beneficiary from your previous spouse to your current spouse, and you pass away, your money will go to your old spouse. So it's really important to take care of this stuff. I recommend to everybody, especially if you have kids, you should have a will and trust, which de facto takes care of a lot of these things. But even if you have a will and trust, it is sometimes still easier and better to put the beneficiary you want on the account directly, as opposed to have the beneficiary be the trust. It avoids a couple of steps. But if you have a trust, you can always have the beneficiary of all your accounts be your trust, so the money flows into there. And with the trust is a set of instructions of where your money should go. So the trust essentially holds that beneficiary information. So there's a little bit of info on that. Definitely have a will and trust if you have assets, and if you have kids, you want to have a will and a trust, but even more specifically, a will that says who your kids would go to in the case that you and or your spouse, I don't know, were sadly killed in a date night or something like that. Um, anyway, that's very morbid. I'm going to end it there. Why not? Go on date nights. Don't worry about it. Talk to you later.